Fresh and Felicia, if you two are tired of staring at the same old concrete jungle, and your weekend plans usually involve something like sitting on the couch and thinking about going outside, well, it's time to stop dreaming and start riding. Meet the Aipas M2 Pro Xterrain bike, the machine that's about to turn your commute into a joyride and any trail into an epic conquest. This isn't just an e-bike, it's a passport to wherever you want to go. It's also officially the fastest electric bicycle I've ever ridden. Let's dive into the key features that make M2 Pro an absolute monster on two wheels. Forget feeling sluggish on inclines. The M2 Pro comes packing some serious heat, including an 1800 watt peak Bafang motor. This rear wheel drive motor provides enough power to laugh at 6% grade like the ones in my Alabama neighborhood at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. 110 Newton meters of torque will give you a genuine whoosh when you hit the throttle, an ability to punch through sand, mud, and snow, just like their suggestions. And the best part, Aipas M2 Pro can be easily unlocked for speeds upwards of 36 miles per hour. But you should probably check your local laws and regulations, of course. And just because it can go 36.5 doesn't mean you need to go 36.5. But you have to admit, knowing it can go 36.5 is just plain awesome. And look, nobody wants range anxiety when they're having fun. Aipas equipped the M2 for the long haul with a UL certified 48 volt 17.5 amp hour battery. This powerhouse is built for distance with 840 watt hours and up to 85 miles on a single charge. My dude, obviously 85 miles is under perfect conditions, you know, where you actually make an effort to pedal a little, but you could literally ride this thing all day with no worries about the battery dying on you. And there's always pedaling if it does run out. Even the electric only range is a solid 36 miles. That's like riding an hour straight at full throttle at 36 miles per hour. So go ahead, take the scenic route. You're gonna get there. Now, if you're jetting fast, you need comfort and control. I'm gonna say it. The M2 Pro is basically a dirt bike disguised as an e-bike. Its full suspension system features a plush 100 millimeter travel front fork combined with a rear shock absorber. Say hello to smooth sailing no matter how rugged the terrain gets. The 26 by 4 inch puncture resistant chunky fat tires provide ridiculous traction and stability. If you want to give your legs a break, well, the motorcycle style half twist throttle is as intuitive as walking. And you can even activate a simple cruise control function for those long straight stretches where you just want to go fast. And when you're zooming at 36 mph, well, you need to stop as reliably as you start. The 180 millimeter mechanical disc brakes deliver powerful, stable stopping power every time. The full color LCD display gives you all your stats, everything you need, speed, battery, mileage at a glance. And it even includes a handy USB charging port so you can keep your phone or your GoPro juiced up while you ride and capture those incredible moments. Plus, it includes fenders, a super bright LED light, and a rear rack, all included. The Aipas M2 Pro Xterrain is an extreme, all-terrain, high-powered, full suspension machine built for the rider like you who doesn't want to compromise. Whether you're commuting to work or crushing mountain trails or just loading up 500 pounds of a rider and gear for the weekend, this bike is ready for action. And the best part, it's not 6K like some very similar e-bikes that bougie crew rides. You know who they are, bros who wear the funny shorts. But listen, don't take my word for it. Go look at the price yourself and you'll be like, wow, that is actually an incredible value. So instead of buying one bike for 6K, you can get like 6 of these. So get you an Aipas M2 and go out there and get muddy. Use our special affiliate link in the description below and save another 3%. But don't tell anybody I told you about that. Shh. So let's get this thing put together and take it on a test ride. Really excited to see the suspension and all the new innovations that Aipas has put into the M2 Pro.
All right, throwing this thing together, it's about 90% together in the box. It's not real hard. And you're gonna see there's a lot of packing material. This is a good thing because you won't find any scratches on this thing. It's so well packed. And be really careful when you cut the plastic. So what I'm gonna do here is chop the keys off. Now, I like to charge the battery because as soon as I get it together, I don't know, I'm like a little kid at Christmas. I wanna yank this thing out and take it for a ride. So this is a good place to just stop, break, take the battery off and throw it on the charger so you have a full charge. It's recommended that you charge it all the way up. 17.5 amp hours, there it is. And charge it on up. Here's the, in the box of goodies that we just pulled out, you're gonna find the charger. So it'll be green when it's in standby mode and it'll turn red when it's charging. And take about an hour or so. And that's just about enough time to throw the rest of the bike together. So I take the two nuts and the lock washers off the front wheel. All right, so there's the seat post there. Here's my instructions, the pedals. They give you a lock with this kit. This is pretty nice too. And of course your phone holder is included too. It's not too bad. And all the tools that you'll need to throw this together. So again, the first thing we're gonna do is put the front wheel on, and they do have a protective bolt here. You don't need to keep this, you could toss this. You're gonna see your disc caliper there, so you need to make sure that your rotor is on the same side as that. Drop that disc right into the caliper there. This is a little tricky if you're doing it by yourself and you don't have a bike stand. Not insurmountable, as you can see here, and you just kind of line it up, slide that disc into the caliper, and drop the frame right there on the axle. All right, so we're going to tighten these up again. All the tools you need are included to drop that lock washer inside the frame. I like that there's a lock washer. It's kind of a little more security to keep your front wheel on in the event that it does work its way loose. It's very rare that it would. It probably would never happen. I've never seen it happen, but it's nice to have that little extra added security that will keep that wheel attached to your frame in the event that something did come loose on a hard day of pounding dirt. All right, we're going to throw our handlebars out now. You need to take all four of these bolts off. All right, so we're going to put this clip back on here, and there's 4 bolts, and tighten that up pretty well. We're going to make sure that it's in the position that you're comfortable riding in. So you may want to sit or stand over the bike to make sure that your hands grip the brakes. All right, so once we get that done, we're going to make sure that the front fork is straight, because you really don't want to ride it like this unless you have a clown costume on. And even then, I think you'd have a hard time. So we're going to straighten that out as best we can. And again, we can adjust this later as well. Fortunately, the first time, you usually get it pretty darn straight. And you want to hit that with a lot of torque. Make sure that's all the way tightened out. Now we're going to put the front display on, that beautiful color LCD display that tells you your speed, your battery level, how many miles on your trip, and your odometer in full, and also your pedal assist level. So now we're going to put the front fender on and the headlight, and they're all connected with the same bolt. Okay, this is the rear fender and then the rear rack. Put the rear fender on first. I figured that made more sense. Put the fender on first, attach those 2 bolts for the rear fender, and then I'm going to put the rack on. So now I just need to attach my rear light, which is not attached because it's on the end of the rear rack. So I'm just going to thread this up here. They give you a couple of wire ties so you can secure that to the rack itself. Make sure it doesn't rub on the tire. And you can see, just match these 2 these arrows together. There's little arrows on here. Those arrows are pointing towards each other. You'll know exactly how to plug that in securely. Now the seat post, this is pretty self-explanatory too. It is adjustable. You can adjust the angle and pull it forward or push it back depending on how you like to ride. And then loosen the quick release and drop it right in the seat post on the frame, and you are just about ready to take this out for its first ride. Last piece, we're going to throw our pedals on. And you can see that they tell you which direction. Now, this is nice. This is fairly recent, within the last year or 2. Before this, you had to kind of guess which way they went, and it was pretty frustrating for a lot of people. Now they include stickers. The pedals are marked left and right, so you'll know which one goes on which side. And again, use the included wrench, and you want to tighten these up pretty darn tight. And there it is, the M2 Pro. It's ready for the first ride. Look how svelte it looks. That big 750 watt motor, the fastest electric bicycle I have ever tested. This is amazing. You've got your Shimano shifter there. You got your mechanical 180 millimeter brakes, your dual suspension, which is adjustable, and your front fork suspension, which you can lock out as well, and the giant LED headlight there. It's a really nice bike. All right, let's turn it on. It's working. It's ready to go. My battery's charged up, and I have 5 levels of pedal assist to choose from, which also controls the throttle and how fast you go on throttle. And you've got a headlight and a horn here, and that is nice to have those control. Now, to adjust the speed limit, to take that limiter off, it's locked at about 20 miles an hour. You hold the plus and the minus together, and you go to 808p. And once you're there, you can click the headlight button, and it's gonna, you can see here, or it's up and down, that's right. And you're gonna go, it says 62 miles an hour, which it doesn't really do 62 miles an hour. I'm not sure what's going on there. But it's either 20 or 62, and you definitely want the 62. And this will get you to the 36.5 miles per hour limitation. And then power it off, and then when you power it back on, it's gonna reset. And now you have lifted the speed. And there it is, the half twist throttle, 36.5. But can it really do 36.5? Well, let's take it on the test ride and find out. I have to say that the suspension feels really smooth. I mean, it really takes a lot of the bumps out of the road. I didn't do any intense dirt riding yet. I plan to do that in a future video. And look at this. This is a 6% grade uphill. It's hard to tell in the video. And I started pedaling, then I decided to see if it would go all throttle. And it did make it up here. So that tremendous 110 Newton meters of torque does the job. This is a nice ride. It's a very, very nice bike.